I'm Malcolm Van Delst, and this is an excerpt from Do the Wrong Thing, a book series or extra long novel that opens with a woman trying to kill herself. She says, "I don't know why I tried to do this," and by way of explanation tells her life story. I've started to get edits back on book 2, so I'm revisiting it this week. Continuing from last week, Ava has a lost year, and I'll put my questions at the end. Here's a stretch I don't remember, grade 12. Seriously, there is nothing here. I can't explain it. I guess there were the usual dances and house parties, schoolwork, fights with mom. There was running away from home and the dead kitten. There were the bruises on my arm. It's cold. It always is in the morning before the furnace comes on, and even then it never really gets warm. I'm guessing hot flashes, my mom's, are the reason for these newly frigid temperatures. Footnote 1. The sun and air have the whitish cast they always have on winter days, slightly gilded by the early morning hour. I've run from the kitchen through the living room and whirled around to face my mom from the second step of the stairs to the upper floor. Below me, barn kerchief still covering her hair and rubber boots still on her feet, she glares, gritting her teeth. "Hit me! Go ahead! Hit me!" I scream. She grabs my arm. "Go ahead." I say it flat and cold this time. We stare into each other's eyes. She squeezes. I have an uncle, my mother's brother, in fact, whose mouth is twisted from a fall he had as a child. My mother's mouth is like that now. Her eyes are like a cat's in bright sun, blue irises overwhelming the pupils. I've never seen her eyes like this before. She squeezes harder. She hisses, "Sometimes I really hate you." Footnote 1, when will mothers be accorded the same consideration as fathers? When will women's needs be as sacrosanct as men's? In gym class, Lisa asks me what happened. "What?" I respond. Then I see where she's looking. 5 perfect blue and yellow ovals on my bicep. I reach across with my right hand and cover them. "I fell," I say, and walk away before she can ask me anything else. Now I'm running through the room where we keep our outdoors clothes, warding off Dad's punches. It's as if I'm underwater. Movement is hard. Sound is garbled and gurgling, everything in slow motion. I trip and fall down the 3 stairs leading to the garage and basement, Dad right behind me. I slide down the steps, crying, screaming. He lands a blow and my glasses go flying. Dad has never hit me before. Mom's the violent one. Dad is sad, quiet. I don't remember what Mom and I were fighting about. Dad snapped. He's saying something now like, "Can't you for once not make a fuss? Can't you just do what she says and stop antagonizing her?" Dad would never say antagonizing, though. His mouth moves, but all I hear is the buzzing and whimpering in my head. It's me whimpering, interspersed with yelling, me, for my dad to stop. I grab for my glasses as they twist and fall from my face. I miss. I slide, squirm down the stairs and push out the door to the garage. Outside, the driveway is covered in crisp, icy snow. It crunches under my steps. The swing set in the grassy middle of our teardrop-shaped driveway is submerged a foot in snow and glazed with ice. I run. Yeah, I'm wearing a coat. Boots? Yeah. I pull the coat tightly around myself. I hiccup and stumble. In the barn, I go to the abandoned kitten, the one my brother found in the haymow, almost dead from cold and starvation. We'd built a bed for it in an old cardboard box. We fed it milk every night. I go to the kitten. She's dead. Stiff and thin, like a paper doll that someone glued ratty gray fur to on both sides, then added caramel pudding by her butt and down one leg to mimic diarrhea. They even scented her with that really bad, flat, roundish smell. You know an animal is sick when their diarrhea doesn't smell sharp but flat, worse than putrid. I hug the cardboard kitten that isn't cardboard. I take her bones, what's left of her flesh, and her ratty, shitty fur into my coat against my heart, rocking against the whitewash behind me as I sit on the cement beside her box, back and forth, back and forth. I don't think about me or my dad or my mom, just the kitten. The kitten with its yellow, shit-covered haunches poking out of its flattened frame. What did she ever do? If God is so good, why is he so cruel? A few weeks later, it's both Sandra and I running through the mudroom. I grab the car keys off the hook. I back the car out of the garage, make a sharp turn, and take off. We're both crying. I head to Arbor. There, I pull over by a phone booth along the road. It's still winter, crisp, cold. I hit O. I'm sorry, I whimper. I need help. My mother's... I start to cry. The operator gives me a number, and when I call it, a woman answers. She's kind and sympathetic. Is your father there? Do you have food? Are you being abused? I sober, realizing what I've called. Is there somewhere we can go? We don't want to go home. Are you in physical danger? No, not really, I sob. Is there anyone in your family you can talk to? An aunt or a family friend? There's my Aunt Else. Call her. She's firm, sympathetic. Your situation is not that bad. We have worse abuses to deal with, and we don't have the resources. She doesn't say these words, but I get it. We should be happy. They can't help us. It means, I don't want to think about what it means because I'm crying and I'm in pain. My mother is always angry. She hits us. She hates us. She's always crying. I can't take it, but I have no choice. At 17, all I think about is going to university. I don't know anyone who leaves home until they're married or until they go away to school. Even if they go to school in Arbor, they live at home and drive to classes. Getting a job in an apartment or living on the streets. I got fired from Eddie's Grocery after 3 weeks. The repetitive pointlessness of that work. The vet didn't ask me to come back after my summer job there. No one wants me. I can't do anything. And Aunt Else, as we sit in silence while she makes us tea. Then she calls my mom.